What's up, everybody? I'm in the garage and I'm working on the TJ tonight. So I got a few things I got to get done because we're taking it wheeling. We got some cool video footage coming up of some rock racing this weekend at Kansas Rocks. But we got a couple things, and I'll be honest, I got some problems on this after we went to Texas. We got to get fixing.
This is Bad Spotter Off-Road.
The trip to Bridgeport was the first weekend that I'd had it out with a couple of changes. And one of the things was it was our first weekend with the Genrite Pitman arm installed. So make sure you check out the video. You can see how that did. But what I did notice is you can see I've rubbed all the sticker off because I'm getting some contact on the tie rod. Now, part of that is because that tie rod is bent. That tie rod's a 1.5 inch. It's probably too small. I've got a 1 7/5 inch, so a 1 3/4 inch that I haven't done anything with yet. I got to figure out what I want to do with the ram too. Which brings us to our other problem. On the ram, we've got a pretty extreme angle you can see, especially if you look at it this way. So I probably need to move that mount up a little bit on this end, and then I should be able to get the ram in a better spot. Now, what did work really well was our new 3-link design, and I redid the lower mounts with the new Genrite links in the front, and then I put a Summit link here in the top and moved my 3-link from over above the differential over to this side of the axle. I was super happy. I was super happy with how it turned out. I thought it performed pretty well there. So we got to fix that. The other thing too, and it's more annoying, and just the Jeep has no power anyways, but I have an awful exhaust leak. I don't think I got the V-band hooked up right when I redid this. So I'm going to try and crawl under there, get that lined up. And then if we get enough time, I got a seat slider I need to fix because I got a passenger this weekend, little bed spotters with us. And I got some rock lights tore up, just all that kind of stuff, but that just always happens. But we're going to start by adding a couple of safety washers to position and space that tie rod down just a little bit. I'm hoping that'll help with the clearance. It doesn't look like it's hitting by much. And I think, too, once I put another tie rod in where that's not bent, I should be able to have enough clearance there. It's going to be tight. This whole Jeep is tight. Everything's tight on this Jeep. It's really set up to run low on 40s and creates just a bunch of problems. But anyways, let's get the old tie rod off. We'll swap these new misalignment spacers, these high, whatever, safety washers, whatever you call them. We'll get them in there and see how much thread we got. And I didn't think about that. These bolts aren't super long on that tie rod. All right, let's see. All right. Let's see if we can get this on without having to take the damn tire off. Yep. That we can do. Oh, you know what? I think I actually have a wrench for this. Or not. I probably have it somewhere, but bit of a hot mess when it comes to my big wrenches. I don't know what that is. I grew up on a farm and it's the same way then. Oh, that's dumb. Oh, that's stupid. Now what? Boy, I'm making a mess out of this already. But trying not to pull the damn tire off. Oh, bucket. Chew my rim up. I had a washer on there for some reason. I'm not really sure why I had a flat washer on there. We're gonna pull this Got one safety washer. We're just going to stack them. Oh, nice. Now we can still run it back down. Okay, let's be a little smart here. Put this in from the bottom and you got more room. That was kind of dumb to try it from the top. It's just barely catching. I really could use a little longer thread. Okay. We may go get a bolt tomorrow if we have enough time. If not, I've wheeled sketchier stuff. All right. That should give us a little more clearance. I think the next thing we need to do is probably the exhaust if it's cooled down. We can try that. Okay. So we're over here. I'm hoping that's kind of pointed to it, but I can almost tell that it's not equal at all. We're going to try and do this without pulling the damn skid plate because it's kind of a pain in the ass if you got to drop the skid plate. I had to put a different exhaust bend in the front here because of the upper 3-link mount. So, okay, let's see. It's not super convenient where it's at. I might have to grab a flashlight and see what I'm doing here. All right, so I think this is gonna work to line that bolt up. I think I can go right up through this drain plug and get that with a socket. I think I'm gonna be able to do that. Let's see. All right, you can't really see anything, but I had to rotate that, and it looks like now when I press up, I'm not getting the flex I was getting there before, so I think I got that bound up pretty good. I think that'll be able to maybe hold a little tighter now. At least I'm hoping it does. I do have to give a little credit anytime I climb under here and I look at these Adams drive shafts. I beat the tar out of these things. I mean, look, you can see the freaking collars. Kind of there still, but it's all mangled. And front and rear, I've put new ones in, but it's been because I've changed the wheelbase and length and everything of this thing. These Adams drive shafts have really held up to some abuse, and these are just 1310 joints on this with the JK Rubicon axles under it, but man, they have held up to it. But might be time for a new one here in the front. It's getting pretty ratty. Looks like I lost a grease fitting. Put a grease fitting in there. Put some grease in them and call it a day. All right. It's getting kind of late. We're not going to mess with the ram. We're going to check our clearance tomorrow. Put about 20 pumps of RCV grease in. So those are greased up. Fix that exhaust, put the spacers in. A couple little things that we could do, but I'm not really going to worry that much about it. I got to get all these tools loaded up into the back of the Jeep. Make sure we get our camping box ready because we're going to take the camper out. But should be a great weekend either way. We got a little bit done. We'll get the rest done when we get her done. All right. We'll see you soon. A little different video, I know, because we're in the garage and working on the TJ. But don't worry. The buggy is right over here. Get the front axle up on the jack stands here as we're positioning the front mounts. I'll see those in an upcoming video. We'll show a little cycling of the rear mounts now. I also did some 3D printing and printed up some inserts and some mock rod links with the intention of being able to use some PVC pipe to at least mock up my length so I can get links measured. And right now I'm waiting on joint. So, all right, thanks for checking it out. Subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what I'm doing wrong. As always, I always appreciate that feedback too. And tell me, what do you pack when you go wheeling? I want to know what tools you bring. What are the common sizes that you're looking for? I'm an overpacker, I feel like, and somehow I'm always missing that one socket or that one special tool that I wish I had brought. Leave it in the comments. We'll see you next time.